Today, we're talking about morning routines, but what's different about this video than the normal morning routine videos that you would see on YouTube is that I want to include how I utilize technology to streamline my own personal morning routine and to make it the most efficient it can be. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Matt, and on this channel we talk about tips, tricks, and tools to help you live a more convenient life with your tech. Alright, so the outline for this video is going to be kind of a high-level overview of my own personal morning routine, okay? And then we're going to talk about how I prepare for it the night before, and then we'll get into the tech that I utilize to make it streamlined and efficient, all right? So my morning routine is loosely based on the Savers model from Hal Elrod. And Hal Elrod has a book called The Miracle Morning, which is wildly popular. And so Savers is an acronym that stands for silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing, okay? So for a little bit, I tried all of those in that order, and I just found that it didn't work for me. I didn't really care for the affirmations and visualization, so I took them out. And that's going to be a common theme as I explain my morning routine, is that my morning routine doesn't work for you the same it works for me, same yours doesn't work for me. I know it's confusing, but basically the gist of it is that this is my morning routine, but figure out what works for you, okay? Experiment, try different things, and eventually you'll come up with something that you really enjoy. And that's what I've done, so that's what I'm going to explain to you guys. So my morning routine starts with yoga. So I start with exercise first. I do yoga, every day for 30 minutes, okay? And then I do 10 minutes of meditation. So that is the silence part of his acronym. I read one page of The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. That's a new implementation as of 2022 for me, and I absolutely love it. I journal, so that's scribing, writing, in the acronym, and I do that via Notion. And then I also include in my morning routine eating a high protein breakfast, and I just include it because I feel like if I don't, I might forget, or I might just skip breakfast or eat something that's not high protein, and that's just part of the goals that I have, is to eat a high protein breakfast first thing in the morning. So that is my morning routine, okay? So I want to take a quick break and reiterate that this is my personal morning routine, okay? You need to figure out what works for you. So if you're in favor of visualization and affirmations, unlike me, like, go for it, okay? So don't be afraid to experiment, take things out, add things that I haven't even mentioned or are not even mentioned in the Miracle Morning book. Like, you have free reign to create any type of morning routine that you want, and it could be 5 minutes or it could be 2 hours, all right? So that's the high level overview of my morning routine. Now let's talk about how I prepare for it the night before, okay? A lot of what I do might sound like overkill to some of you guys, but I think some of you will resonate with a lot of what I'm about to say. But the night before, I lay out my yoga mat, I put my yoga blocks next to it, and then in the kitchen, I put the pan on the stove, I get the spatula and the fork, and even inside the fridge, like the eggs and the spinach and the cheese are all next to each other, so I can literally grab it with one hand and pull out every single ingredient that I need when I'm gonna make my breakfast. And that might sound like a little extra, but for whatever reason, my brain really responds to that kind of organization. And then I even put my Daily Stoic book right smack in the center of my desk so that I can't miss it. It makes things a lot easier in the morning. Like, you don't have to think about, okay, I gotta roll out my mat, where are my blocks, okay, what ingredients did I want to put in my eggs today, was I gonna read? Like, it takes out all the guesswork, right? And it just makes it super streamlined. And that's just, my brain really, again, responds to the stuff like that. So that's a quick how I prepare the night before. Now the fun stuff. Now let's talk about how I utilize tech to help me make it even more streamlined and more efficient. So if you thought laying out all the stuff the night before was a little extra, you'll probably think this is extra, but I know there's some of you out there that will be like, oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. The first piece of tech that I utilize is an Amazon smart plug. Okay. And I got this on a crazy deal. It was only like 99 cents on a couple Black Fridays ago. So they're not always 99 cents. They're like 25 bucks. But if you can find it on a good deal, by all means. And by the way, the Miracle Morning, the Daily Stoic, and then all the pieces of tech that I'm going to mention in a second are all going to be linked down below for you guys to do your own research on. Okay. So Amazon smart plug. The reason I have this going is that because it's my light in the living room is plugged into it, and I have programmed it to turn on automatically at 5:30 a.m., which is the time I wake up. And I just find that coming out of the bedroom to a lit house, essentially, is just nicer than it just being like pitch black. And for me, that's what works. And so that's what I utilize the Amazon smart plug for. Next, I use an Amazon Fire Stick. Now, I didn't buy the Fire Stick just for my morning routine. I bought it to stream Netflix and Hulu and all that kind of stuff. But it happened to have the Peloton app on it. And so I do my yoga and my meditation via Peloton. So the Fire Stick is connected to Alexa. And on the Alexa app, you can create routines. And so I made a routine that just opens the Peloton app. I guess it opens this way. At 5:30 in the morning also. And it doesn't turn the TV on for me, but once I turn the TV on, Peloton is already loaded, ready to go, and I can choose my yoga and my meditation class right away. The third piece of tech that I use, I mentioned it earlier, is Notion. And I won't go too deep into this because I've made a video already deep diving into my journal and my habit tracker on Notion. So if you want to see that video, I'll put it right here, and I'll put it down in the description as well. But I also utilize that every single day, and it is an amazing piece of software. All right. So those are three pieces of tech that I use to streamline and make efficient my morning routine: the Amazon Smart Plug, Fire Stick plus a routine, and then Notion as well. So again, I just want to reiterate: find what works for you. And don't copy mine just because you think it's the right one. It's definitely not the right one for you because we are different. And also in the grand scheme of things, how much time do I save by putting the ingredients all in one section of the fridge or having an app already loaded? Like, apps take 1 second to load these days, right? But there is something about just having things ready to go and things already done that my brain is just so happy about. Okay. And so that's why I do it. So there you have it. Again, everything I mentioned, the Miracle Morning, Daily Stoic, all the tech, my Notion video, it's all going to be linked down below. Okay. They are affiliate links. There's no obligation to click, no cost to you. If you do, I might get a small commission, but again, no obligation for you to click on it. So there you have it, folks. If you learned something and you're super excited and inspired to start your own morning routine, let me know down below what you plan to do. If you already have a morning routine that's like wildly different, like, let me know what it is, because I'm always interested in seeing if I can learn new things to add to my own personal morning routine. And then lastly, if you enjoyed the video and you know somebody that you think would benefit from it as well, consider sharing it with them. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.